Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Today we are going to drum card a happy summery bat. I was experimenting a little bit with this earlier in the week, and I decided that I was in the mood for some lemon, lime, orange zest kind of stuff. So we have here, this is all Merino, with the only exception is this, and this is Color Pop, which we're going to use for a little texture. This is Peruvian wool with viscose orange and yellow neps, which is going to give us that tweed effect. And I love this. This is one of my favorite things to use in making bats. And then I also have this beautiful blend from Clemes Fiber Arts, which has some glitter in it. And so it's this bright yellow, but it has sparkle, and it's really cool. So we're gonna use a little bit of that in there as well. And then I have some of this soft silk, which I did use in the other bat. I wasn't sure that I totally loved it, but I left it out here just in case. So soft silk is this silk that you can just kind of pull off and put on. When you spin it, it'll give you some different color fleck highlights. You know, you could put it through here on the drum, and we'll play around with that maybe a little bit. Let's get to it. So let's get right to it today. I would like to start loading up my drum. Okay, so let's start with some green here. And this green is just a blend of the grass green, the leaf green, and meadow green. You can either blend them yourself to make this, or you can purchase this, which is what I did from Clemes Fiber Arts. Either way, it works great. So we're just gonna get started here with a little bit of this. Okay, so we're ready to put this on. We're gonna turn this on and see. Sometimes I think this might be a little too thick. Hopefully we don't bind up, but if you do, that's a good chance for me to show you how to unbind it. Use my packer brush here. Well, that was beautiful and very anticlimactic because it went on as smooth as silk. And I'm going to go ahead and hit this with my burnishing brush as well, just to get that first layer nice and down. And now what I'm going to do is, I like to just leave the drum carder running for this part, but if you're doing this with the hand carder, it's the exact same thing. You just line them up and then put it on. And it works well. I've done it that way for years. The electric is a nice thing for me, where you can just sort of add it in as you're going along, which I love. And I'm having all kinds of doggy issues. Finny, why? Let me put this orange in here. And then as I go along, I'm just gonna grab this packer brush and pack everything down. And as I'm going along here, I'm just kind of looking for gaps, and it's still so thin that there's enough gaps everywhere that I can see, you know, along in here, there's not enough yellow, so I'll add some more yellow. And the amount of fiber that I weighed out to start was about it was just shy of 4 ounces. And I didn't weigh in the soft silk, so I think it was 115 grams. And I figured 118 is 4 ounces, and I'll be able to make that difference up with the soft silk if I want to add some of that. Keep on going here, and then some of this yellow here. And once I get most of this filled in for the base layer, we can start adding in some of the textured bits here, which I can't wait to show you because it really does make all the difference between a nice bat and a pizzazzy wow bat. And I do try to open this up just a bit here. You know, when you're drum carding something like this, you know, this is top. Commercial top is considered about 90% of, you know, the fibers are aligned. And so when you put it on the drum carder, it's gonna stay mostly aligned. I mean, it's a woolen prep, but the fibers are still gonna be more aligned than, say, I was doing a true woolen prep from my own fleece. And I have some of this. This is some superwash merino, but I like it because it's like a really, really pale yellow. And I love the way it kind of blends in with the orange here. Almost like a dreamsicle kind of a thing. And when I am burnishing, I'm not pushing down really hard with the brush. I'm just kind of letting it rest on the pins here. So it doesn't take very much effort. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we think. And let's take a look here. Yeah, I like the way that's filled in. It's filled in pretty nice. And I love the way, if you look across here, I love this transition here. We have the lime and the lemon coming together. And then in here we have the orangey citrus, and then I have the light in between there, which kind of makes it a nice transition. It gives me a little bit of a cream feel. And then I just repeat that pattern at the end here. So the next thing that I would like to do is add some of this sparkle in. And this stuff is super nice. And I'm just adding it on here really, really thin. Here is our shiny going on. And again, I don't do like really thick because I don't want it to overpower all the other colors here. So I'm putting it on nice and thin, and the sparkle is just lovely. I love the sparkle here. I'm going to stop this so you can see, hopefully you can see the sparkle. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's just the right amount, not too much, it's not overwhelming. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just a light layer of some of this orange and green and yellow, just so I don't bury my little tweed pops in here. Just a little bit of this creamy yellow in there too, this superwash. Again, just a touch here. Just enough to give us a tiny bit of cream color. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do, let me stop this so you can see it again. So you can see now that I have covered up the sparkle a little bit, and now we're gonna add in this tweed, which I do adore, the tweedy bits. And the tweedy bits are gonna look amazing. Wait till you see what happens. It's like magical. Okay. Magic happened. Burnish this down, and then we're going to stop and take a look here at our tweedy bits. Look at that. Doesn't that look so good? You see all the tweedy bits in there. I love it. All the lime and, or I mean the lemon and orange, and I love the way it plays with the green. It looks really cool. I'm just gonna do another layer like that. So you'll see I'm just gonna do green, yellow, orange, yellow, green, and I'm gonna put some of the superwash, this kind of creamy, really, really light yellow. I love this color in there as well. And then I'll turn you back on when we're doing the fun sparkle. Okay, we're gonna add some sparkle. Oh. Hi, Finn. We're gonna add some sparkle and ignore all of my background noise. It just makes me happy watching that little bit of sparkle go onto there. It is nice with a touch of sparkle. And you could blend this batter. If you're like, hey, I'm not a sparkle person, you could leave the sparkle out. That's the awesome thing about this, and it's still gonna look really cool. And look at this lovely sparkle. Oh, I love it. I really, really do. And then the next thing is adding some of this on. I think we'll leave this one with the sparkle layer and then put this right over top of it, and we'll see how that looks. I think it'll look fine. And this. Here comes the Tweedy goodness. I usually try to do 3 layers of sparkle tweed add-in so that it's distributed nicely through the bat. It depends on what size bat you're making. This one's probably going to be close to 4 ounces, maybe a little less than 4 ounces. I did another one that was similar to this, and it was about 3.8 ounces. So I'm just going to do a quick clean off of my liquor in here. Some of those little viscous neps will get stuck on that. Not a big deal. Now let's see what it looks like here. Oh, look at that. I just love it. It looks so cool. I just love the way that looks. So I'm just going to continue on this way, and I will finish up the next plain layer just like I have been, and then I'll see you back here when we have the top layer on and we're ready to take this off the carder. Let's take a look. Oh, I love it. Looks really pretty. Let's come around and I'll give you guys a view while we take this off. This is my doffer, and what I'm going to do is just start taking this off from this side here. So I'm going to take this off, and you want to make sure you get every fiber as you come along. This is one of my favorite parts because you can see how cool it looks as it comes off the drum carder, and it's blended a little bit. It looks really neat. And remember, we have our nice layers all throughout with a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of tweed. Oh, I did not end up using that silk, that soft silk. I just kind of liked it this way. I thought that that might have been just a little too much. So we're just going to keep working our way across here. Make sure we have this all separated. I feel like there's always fibers I miss, despite my best efforts. I'm going to put this bat lifter on, and we're going to put this up to the pins here, like so. And this goes like this. And the plastic side is going to be draping down the back of the drum carder. You can take this off from the front of the back, but I stand on this side because this is just the side I've always done it on. Before I had a bat lifter, this is where I would stand. And then what I'm gonna do is just roll this. Oh, look at how cool that looks underneath. Looks really good. It's looking quite lovely. I don't think I left a single thing behind on this drum carder, maybe a teeny tiny bit. All right, and we are all set here. And you can see how cleanly that took that off the drum. Look at that. There's like nothing on it. Let's come over here and see what we've got. Look at this. Oh. Put this off to the side, and when you slide this out, always make sure that you slide the end. Well, actually for this I don't even need to take it out, but when you do, always make sure you don't try to pull the end with the rubber band through because it'll mess up your bat. But what I'm gonna do is just slide this out from underneath. And here we have it, Citrus Crush. Oh, I think it looks fantastic. And here's what it looks like on the other side, the unfinished side that was on the drum. And now we're just gonna roll this up and see what we have weight-wise. Oh, it's so fluffy. So fluffy. And usually I'll just fold this. Now that I have the double wide, I do it a little different than I used to. Now I fold it into thirds. That way you have the finish end on both sides. And I throw just slightly less than a third so that this fringe doesn't hang out over on that end. And there you have it. Your Citrus Crush Bat. It's 4 on the dot, 4 ounces. So awesome. Here you are, ready to spin. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I will see you guys next time. Until then, spin happy.
Is this the blooper reel? This is part of the blooper reel.
He's just, I'm like, and then squeak, squeak, squeak.
Okay, pause.
Seriously, are we recording?